Hey guys, I'm Farrahs and welcome back to the World of Madness. Of course, with it being Wednesday and me being very what's the word? God damn it. It's where you constantly have to have a schedule or you have to have a routine. I don't even know. To be fair, I break that routine a lot, so really I don't have anything. Well, this is a good start. Anyway, so, the World of Madness, where are we at? We're at building stages. We still haven't finished our house when we're how many episodes in are we? I don't even know. A lot would be my answer. But we've got an enchantment table. That works. Yeah, we've made progress. We've got a nice farm. We've got a constant, sustainable amount of food. What else we got? We've got everything we really need. I mean, we have diamonds and stuff. It's not like we've got too much more that we can do here other than actually building and all the other stuff and making sure I actually have everything that's possible to get. Sorry, I've got the burps. By the way, I'm recording this on the hottest day of the year. It is Tuesday. I don't actually know the exact date. Yeah, this was not a good start to a conversation. I know it's a Tuesday. I know it's 8:47 p.m. Yet I do not know what the actual date is. And I don't have my phone nearby to check. Wow, this is really going well. But yes, guys, so I actually want to fly a few things by you guys as we start this sort of video. It's mainly questions where I'll ask you what sort of things you want to see on my channel. This is Farrahs' brain stuff time. Oh god, that was awful. Although that is now the title of this video, Farrahs' brain stuff time. Right, so I want to fly a couple of ideas by you. So I recently got hold. Oh, I'm an idiot. I recently got hold of. Oh, I'm an idiot. I recently got hold of a couple of copies of the Telltale Games franchise. I say a couple of copies, enough to start a series. So I have sort of access to all of the Telltale games that are available, other than one which I hate with a passion. And people can actually might be able to guess which one it is just from the fact that I have actually ranted about this game before. Right? It is, of course, and if you guys haven't seen it yet, you are lucky. You are the, you are the future of Minecraft if you have not seen it yet. So never see it. But yes, I'm speaking, of course, about Minecraft Story Mode, which was the biggest letdown to the Minecraft franchise that I could have ever foreseen. And I knew it was going to be a letdown. I never bought the game. That's it. I straight up... So, the way I rank a game, and I probably should actually go and sleep. Now, I want to start doing actual reviews for games, so people can actually get an honest opinion on the game without any sort of feedback from places which are paid to review them. My things are honest reviews. I love the idea of reviewing a game and giving it a certain score out of 10. Now, since I've actually been in the games industry and I actually know how much work, I know how much work goes into making a game. And god, it is hard. You need the proper code. In fact, coders are fine. Coders, developers and stuff are absolutely fantastic at what they do because it's what they do as a profession. It's usually the way they're led, the way they're managed, which usually puts sort of a hold on proper production for a game. So, I sort of know where people are coming from when it comes to games dev. Now, when a game seems like it's not finished, right? It appears that basically the game has been pushed to release. Now, that will never be the choice of a developer. A developer will go, this game is not ready, we need a few more weeks on it, you know. But a company who's already spent thousands of dollars, pounds, whichever one you're going with, I'd probably go with the dollar right now, the pound is kind of crumbling. But, yeah, I'm going to make those jokes for a few weeks now, by the way. Like, my country's gone to shit. If anybody wants to move me to some better country, I will happily go. Canada is my preferred one at the moment. If you live in Canada and you are happy to rent out a place for me and pay for my train tickets, travel and everything else, please, please leave me a message, because I want to move. I want to migrate somewhere else. I have very good skills, so I can actually, like, I can be a very valuable worker. Please, somebody, help. But onwards with what I was saying about the games dev industry. No developer in their right mind would ever release a product unfinished, right? What would happen is the product would be released, and then the actual developers will be coding non-stop to get it complete properly, which is kind of what happened. I'm probably going to use this as an example because this is probably the best one you can really go with. Ubisoft. Ubisoft is a fantastic company. I loved the first few Assassin's Creed games, including the first one, although it was repetitive. I would have given it probably about 7 out of 10 because it was a good start to a franchise. Assassin's Creed 2 completely knocked it out the park, right? There was nothing wrong with it, right? Assassin's Creed Brotherhood added new concepts into the game which nobody had ever seen before, and they were absolutely fantastic. Assassin's Creed Revelations was a nice end to the story of Ezio's sort of tale. Now, I have also played Black Flag and all the other ones which have come out after them. Now, they are an example of what happens when sort of management and that sort of stuff kicks in and thinks more about the money instead of production value. I'm not saying this is what happens with all games manufacturers and managers, because a lot of them know what they're doing. A lot of them are absolutely fantastic at this, and they do their job stupidly well, right? And if you are one of those people, bloody good on you, right? Especially when they do the smart thing and listen to what their developers say. Like, people, if you're releasing any sort of game and you put a deadline and a date on it, you better make sure that whatever the game is has to be completed within that deadline, no matter how much it's going to cost you. Because if you're thinking about how much you can earn back, you're not thinking about how much, like, how the game actually is. So if you're ever gonna, like, the reason I'm saying a lot of this stuff is because I've recently started going into a bit more development sort of side of things, like, as well as my web development. I've been trying to get more back into my games dev stuff, because I did enjoy it. It was really fun, and it's nice to, like, make something and see people playing it and enjoying it, which is something I've wanted for a long time, is actually to be able to release various custom games for my channel. Not for, like, me, but for you guys, like, you know. And I've also wanted to do a lot more stuff with my website as well, of showing off sort of tools and stuff that you guys can use to come up with great ideas for building. So I do have a sort of collection and stuff of stuff that I want to do, and the reason I'm saying this now is because I kind of want to throw ideas at you guys and see what your opinions are. Now, oh bugger, that was absolutely dreadful. Now, currently, my website is a basic version. Like, I've done nothing to really improve it since I actually first made it. Jesus, that was quite a few months back. So I'm looking to update it and looking to renovate it with a couple of new things that I've come up with, which is absolutely fantastic. But I want to start releasing an iOS app, an Android app, and also a couple of games, sort of game stuff. Nothing to actually do with Farrahs and his sort of story around him at the moment, because as some people, if you're new to my channel and you've only just started joining me and started listening to me rant about stupid things, then you won't know this, but Farrahs actually has a backstory. The entire of the I've got a whole universe wrapped around this character and what he does and who he is. Now, he's not the actual character in a whole isn't was never initially meant to be a sort of builder. He actually started off as for those of you who know, he started off as an idea. Now, the idea around him was that he was and this will explain the colours. He was a demi-demon who was mixed between a demon of chaos and... Now, just be clear, this was before I knew what Warhammer was. So those who go, oh, he looks like a chaos Warhammer person, I know I do. But that was not my initial plan. This was, like, completely not what I expected. But yeah, so Farrahs has a quite a large backstory. A lot of this is written down as well, to the point where I've considered making stories, writing paragraphs for him. You know, pages and pages of stories for him. Now, that's something I've wanted to do for a while, and a lot of people who know me know that I have got it very largely planned out. I've got maps, I've got everything. The actual first kingdom that I made, so the first Let's Build series that I started, it does actually have a name, that city. Some people were asking me, and I never wanted to really reveal it, except kind of. Why I want to do it, kind of? No, I kind of wanted to reveal it to my more loyal sort of fan base. So if you're watching this and you're listening to it and you're like determined to watch every single one of my videos, I'm telling you what my sort of everything is. The initial name for it is called Madrelian, which is if people saw in the first few episodes of my Let's Build series, the actual city was called the Middle Kingdom. Now, Madrelian is part of it was a couple of things. Back in the story of Farrahs, so where I started to initially create him and his entire world around him, Madrelian was one of the first characters I ever came up with. Madrelian was the son of the first king of blah 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 blah. Now, if I actually start going into this, I'm genuinely afraid somebody's going to steal my idea. So, but obviously, him being one of the first characters that I ever created, I thought it's deserving to have something named after him. So I went with the greatest thing that I've ever built, which is that. I hate this jumping thing that's driving me pissing mad. But yeah, so the first thing I ever came up with was Madrelian, so I've kind of stuck with his name, as well as quite a few other names. So, to be fair, as I said, this is a couple of ideas that I want to swing by you guys in a whole. I want to know if me writing down stories and putting them on my website, if that's a good idea, if you guys would be into that and actually be interested in reading them. Now, that's one of the ideas I have. I also have an idea for a tutorial guide. So if you're looking at my videos and they're not suitable for what you want, I want to be able to actually create various things like constructive pieces where you can combine different designs and different styles together to make your own. Now, I know how to do that. I've got the entire idea in my head. I know exactly how I'm going to do that. A bit of it's written down, actually. So it's kind of the question of, if you guys want me to do that, I will happily do it. Like, I will spend 14 hours coming up with the greatest project ever before I even start coding it. So if you guys want to see that, I really want to know. I genuinely want to know your guys' opinion on the idea of me making some proper projects, you know, and having... Oh, I've got people shouting in my house. Oh, I've got a lot of people shouting in my house. Little bastards is what I'm going to call them. But yeah, so you sort of you can sort of see where I'm coming from by the idea of doing that sort of stuff. So I want people to sort of ask for stuff, not ask for stuff. What's the question? What's the word? I I want to hear people's opinions. I want to know what would be good for my channel. In fact, not even good for my channel. I want to know what would be good for you guys to learn sort of more about what I do, what I am, and who I am. Sort of that sort of basis. Now, the reason I'm asking now when we're doing this sort of series, I think I'm just going to plant a crap ton of trees and see where this goes. Oops, I actually need trees. Yeah, the reason I'm asking now is because I'm sort of in... I'm going to be 20 in November this year. For those of you who are watching this in the future. By the way, do we have floating cars yet? I hope so. Like, if you're in the future, you need to answer me if we have floating cars yet. Just saying. But yeah, so the reason I'm asking now is because I'm 20 and I want to start. I'm 19 now, and in a couple months I'm going to be 20 years old, and that's the point where I want to completely renovate my channel. Did I just craft? Yeah. So I completely want to do an overhaul of my channel and start doing new things with it. Not even my channel, just websites in a whole, and doing something completely different which nobody would expect. So I want to start making comics, I want to start making stories just based on the characters that I've created, and I want to know if that would be a good idea, if you guys would read that sort of stuff. Now, I'm not actually... I'm great at coming up with stories, writing them, however, not so good. I'm poor with wording, or I overword things. I got a B in English, so I guess I'm not, like, awful. And I do have a couple of friends. In fact, you guys, what I want you to go do is check out King Ray's channel, because he's actually a published author, which is dead interesting, actually. And it's one of the one things that I actually find really interesting about him. Obviously, he's a very interesting fella, but, you know... and he does do some very similar videos to mine, and his style is extremely similar, mainly because I taught him. So, you know. So it's kind of one of those things where I want you guys to check out his channel, and if you like his stuff, subscribe to it. Also, obviously, subscribe to everybody else who does the World of Madness series as well, because they're fantastic and they do their job well. Sorry, I'm choking to death on my own spit. Actually, what spit? My mouth is completely dried up. I've been talking too long. Right. I want opinions and comments down below. I expect a billion comments. No, I don't. I expect a few people just to suggest things and ask for what they might want to see for my channel. So, on that note, because people are shouting in my household and people don't seem to care, I'm going to say thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Remember to leave a like, subscribe, and leave a comment. And also check out the rest of the people who do the World of Madness series. See you guys next time. Bye.